Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. This is just a very quick video today. I've just watched Tony's video about the cold, and yeah, we're both in the UK, but this is the sort of difference you get. I'm on the south coast, he's much farther north than me, so I get lovely sunshine, crystal clear blue sky, and all the frost has gone. The frost has completely melted. The snow's gone, everything's all sort of thawed out, but then it's not really. That's the ice that I've been getting out of the birds' drinking water and just throwing it up on the garden. That hasn't melted, and I broke this morning and it's refrozen. So it's a false impression. It looks as though it's warmed up out here, but it hasn't really. These pots are still frozen solid. Now, I'm on the fence. A lot of people say that to look after your pots better, if they're going to freeze, they should be in contact with the ground. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, I was lucky because my bonsai have got no shelter whatsoever. They're out in the open and they're exposed. But before we went into this really cold weather and everything started to freeze, it was dry. So although these pots have had snow on them, and that in some places is still showing, yeah, the pots are frozen solid, but they're not soaking wet frozen solid. They're just gently moist. So hopefully, you have to bear in mind when water freezes, it expands. And in the confines of a bonsai pot, especially if you've got quite a lot of roots in there, when your pot freezes, it can crush the roots. So it's not the cold that necessarily kills your roots. It's the fact that they've been crushed. Now, the point I want to make, male chaffinch having a cheep. I'll never be able to zoom in on him because he's right up in the top of the conifer tree. Oh, well, nice to hear him anyway. My thoughts. The pot's frozen. What lives inside trees? They're not bone dry, are they? There's moisture inside these trees. And if there's moisture inside these trees, are they not to one degree or another frozen as well? So my thoughts about wiring trees in such weather is don't do it, because you could be doing structural damage to the inside of your tree, of your branches and possibly your trunks if they're in such cold weather like this. Now it's different if you keep them under shelter, like in an unheated greenhouse or something, and they're above freezing permanently, then that won't happen. But as I said, we're still getting nights. You know, it was -7 here, so we're still getting the freezing nights. And during the day, although this looks pretty and it's nice and sunny, and we've got a nice chaffinch up the top of the tree cheeping away there, it's not warm. There's a gentle breeze at the moment that's just moving the branches, and that's enough to chill my face. It's enough to chill my face and say, that'll have to do, I'm going back in. I didn't put a coat on. Doesn't take long in these temperatures for it to eat through your clothes if you haven't got the right clothes on. Anyway, those are my thoughts on bonsai trees in freezing weather. If the pots are relatively dry, they should survive. Another question I'll ask, for those of you who grow Satsuki azaleas, do you normally get a lot of leaf loss in the winter or not? I mean, they are supposed to be evergreen, but I was a little worried that there were quite a few yellowing leaves on there. So that's a question, open-ended question. Do they normally drop an amount of their leaves in the winter time? And obviously shoot out again in the spring. Ugh. Right, there we go. That'll do for today. It's too cold to be out here, but it does look nice when the sun comes out. See you next time.